I am Feel It.
And I am Fix It. And we talk about life.
And stuff and things.
With the occasional rant.
Which you will have no problem doing.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Whatever it is, wherever you are. Hope you're having a good one.
Absolutely. Did that sound good?
Yeah, it works. That works.
Okay, thanks. I got ready for that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell.
Thanks.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I couldn't remember if it was absolutely or grade. See, I still get confused.
Good times. Good times.
You will hear some Dory noise.
Here comes. Here she comes. All right.
She's very antsy. Just who she is.
Yeah, she's. Yup. There are days it's cute. There are days you just. It's less so.
Like a toddler.
Yeah, like a toddler. Like a toddler in some ways.
She's just a baby. She wants attention. She wants to snuggle.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold. Who doesn't?
Fair enough.
I mean, come on now.
We put her sweater on her. She's really cute in her sweater.
If we weren't doing this, we'd be snuggling, right?
Sure. Yeah.
No, actually, probably not.
Could happen.
I mean, it's just honest.
Could happen.
Not typically, but not at bedtime. Yeah. Oh, words.
Yep.
Been a long day.
Yeah. I wasn't entirely expecting to work last night, and then I did. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be gone next week, most of next week.
There won't be overtime.
Yeah, it won't be overtime. I mean, yeah, it won't be overtime.
Unless she came back and worked.
However,
but I doubt that. So.
Yeah. So I went in and with the intention of getting things, get ahead a little bit on a few things. And instead I walked into a whole bunch of breakdowns that took literally all night, the whole entire freaking night.
Yeah.
It's
a way to spend a Friday night.
It was a rough night.
That happens.
We made headway. We made it by the time we left. Or I should say, by the time I left, everything was better.
That's important.
Yes. That is the name of the job.
That is the goal.
What I do. I fix stuff.
That is the goal, for sure.
I'm to fix it.
Yeah.
I fix stuff.
That is your nickname here, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that is my profession. So, between the two.
That is what you do.
It fits. Not saying I always win, but it took a while. It went to overtime, but, we got it. But
it's a very day. It was a very dreary day.
Yeah.
It's cold and dreary.
Yep.
I'm glad it wasn't snowing.
Very much so.
But it was still cold and dreary.
Still cold and dreary.
And, Costco, love them, not a sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So awful on a Saturday not long before Christmas. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I was...
Oh, my gosh.
I was kind of surprised. We've been in there before where there were almost no carts available, like today. And the lines to the registers were like back up into the rows, and that wasn't the case. No,
because I think almost all the registers were open, which you don't normally see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were. They definitely got on top of it. They knew things were going to be bad.
Then the line to leave was up to the registers.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Where it's like
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that was weird. They got through it pretty quick.
Like,
but
wow.
I'm like,
That was
are
a lot.
Are you really counting all of the items in my cart?
There's no way.
There's no way. Not that cart.
Not as fast as they were going either.
No.
Which I'm fine with. But
Yeah,
just, been putting it off. And I was like, you're leaving. Let's just get this over with.
Mhm.
And then there was one thing I forgot that I said I would get more of because they only sell it at the holidays. The Crispies, the onion Crispies
Mhm.
for my daughter's fixation with green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Year-round green bean
Yes.
casserole.
Yeah, she'll just make a tray because she can.
So
Yeah.
I will stop back and get those
Yeah,
because I said I would. And honestly, I
Is
don't.
that French's French fried onions?
But it's not. It's the
But yeah,
Costco Kirkland brand.
Yeah, the Kirkland French fried
But
onions. Oh, yeah.
I said I would, and I don't really want to go back as Christmas gets closer. Yeah, like no,
No, that
Like,
doesn't seem like a
no.
great time. But
nope. How about no?
mm,
So there's a few things I wish we could have found and we didn't, and
Yep.
But that was one thing I know they had, and I'll do it. I'll do it because I said I would,
mhm.
and then we'll have it. Have some extra bags. We'll see how long they last.
It all depends on her.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And this young lady weighs 115 pounds, and she will eat an entire tray on her own.
Yes.
And not like over the course of a few days, over the course of an afternoon. It's freaky to watch sometimes. She just keeps coming back for more and piling it in. I'm like, is this what it was like to watch me eat when I was her age? Like, apparently. Like, holy
Yeah,
crap,
I mean,
kid.
she is very much like you were.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yeah, no argument
grateful.
there.
I'm grateful, actually. Very, very grateful. More of those genetics. But yeah, just it's a
Mhm.
weird day, I got up and dealt with house things, and then we went and ran errands, and it was just, day kind of went fast for not really doing much.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy out there. Very busy,
Yes.
like terrible busy. Kind of don't like that. Gotta remind myself. Fridays, especially leaving my office. Ugh, oh my gosh. Because we're right next to the mall, right next to a shopping strip. It's a lot. It's a lot. It was extra today. We did drive through some neighborhoods to kind of get a feel for what they look like and distance and the drive and the stuff, because we are kind of seeking
Mhm.
to move, and coming back into town, and you're like, oh yeah, there's
Mhm.
traffic.
Yes, there was.
Lots of extra traffic around that mall
Oh, most definitely.
and all the shopping centers around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good times. Such good times. But it is
But
what it
Christmas
is.
is not that far away,
It is really not.
and it's kind of a weird, I'm definitely feeling that, hearing that from my
Yeah.
clients, from
2.5 weeks.
from
at this
many
point.
angles, the stress and the chaos that goes along with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Holidays, man. Holidays.
I think we've got it down so it's super simple and drama free.
Yeah, we
I
have.
think we do.
Mhm.
I think we got it.
Compared to especially compared to a lot of people, we've turned it into something that we enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good time. It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's stressing out.
Mm-mm. No.
Nobody's freaking out. I mean, nobody's like, oh, well, everything's got to go perfect. Nope. Mm-mm. No, don't. Everything's just dandy. It's going to be fine. Everything's cool.
I know what food I need to buy. I mean, I'll verify it, but I'm pretty sure they've wanted like the same thing the last several years for Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we go see my aunt, we can take that with us. We'll see. That's always weather dependent, of course.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just know our oldest wants the Elf spaghetti, like from the movie Elf.
Yeah.
But that's what she wants, and that's what she's done for.
It's good. I don't care.
Several
if it's good.
years.
I'm not putting maple syrup on spaghetti.
She does the whole thing with the candy and the marshmallows and all of it, and then our youngest makes homemade beef stroganoff. Mm-hmm. Homemade noodles and the whole thing.
She makes the noodles. I do the beef, and we combine them and make some delicious food. Yeah,
so I just need to buy those ingredients. But that's the local store. That's not.
Yeah, that's
going back to Costco.
No.
No, we're good. And then I admit, we walked into the doors, and I was just saying, like, I'm done. I did end up buying one more thing. Told you about it, but then I'm like, no, we're really done. And what happened? We
saw something else and went, that would be really cool
for Christmas gifts. Mm-hmm. Now we're really done. Except you always do these stocking stuffers.
Yeah,
and that's on you.
I try to go find a few things to just.
That's fine.
The little stuff, the little.
But I think you could start wrapping gifts tonight. Actually, that way they're like taken care of, because they're starting to pile up in the corner. A little hard to hide right now. But yeah, sure. It's kind of fun to see the lights out and displays, and yeah, I don't know, just it's a very, this year I think the most healthy perspective that we have ever had at Christmas. Though we feel it, we feel the losses and missing people, and you know that you're never gonna get away from that. But we're ready to kind of go into it and still enjoy it. Mm-hmm. You know, there was, oh my gosh, my dog is trying to hop up in my lap like she did last week. You know, just like with my aunt living down here now, we're grateful. That's an interesting change, but we made it very clear, weather dependency.
Yes, very much. I mean, it's.
We'd love to spend time with her. You know, that would be a nice change. But I said before, and I'll say again, I a long time ago made the choice that our lives are not worth risking to go visit somebody at a holiday. Mm-hmm. With the guilt and manipulation that we endured for years from my mother, I said, no, we're good.
Admittedly, they also kind of understand my limit to what is, like, is pretty high comparatively for dealing with that crap. But even I've got my limits. No, it's not a good time. Driving in that crap, it's not a good time. I don't want to. I'm not saying I can't. I'm saying I don't want to.
No. I mean, sometimes you just don't want to.
Yeah, the margin for error is so tiny. It's
and it's not a short trip.
It is not a short. It's way shorter than it used to be. But it is not a short trip by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, not a short trip. So
no.
Yeah, just it's something that we can consider. You know, we appreciate that the opportunity is more feasible now. And I have my other aunt, my mother's sister, will try to go see again, like a weather dependent, figure it all out. We do our best to try to visit at some point around the holidays.
Yeah.
And I have been expanding out my schedule as best I can to meet needs for clients, and it's just this last week has been a lot of those calls. You know, people grieving and hurting, and they really want to get counseling. It's like I only have so many hours of the day. I'm only capable of so much, and I feel really, really bad about that. But I'm doing what I can, and I feel that I do. I'm pretty okay
Mm-hmm.
right now. Pretty okay, but
We have moments. We all have moments.
yeah, I do. I do. In being able to empathize and share effectively and limited with my clients, that I can understand the loss of loved ones and trying to move through difficulties
Mm-hmm.
during holidays, right? So grieving my mom while I was taking care of my dad. You know, my my understanding is definitely deep.
Mm-hmm.
The things you just don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my 14-year anniversary will be Christmas Eve for what I say is when my body broke. When I woke up with the body rash and the fever of 104 and
Mm-hmm.
my joint pain, and I felt like my body was on fire, and my life has never been the same since.
Mm-hmm.
Which, in our last few weeks, when we talk about how Christmas just has a way about it, I know I don't mention that one in particular because it wasn't like somebody had passed away, but yet there's definitely some symbolism to all of that. If you really want to go deep with it, that the die to self has definitely been occurring for me for quite some time. So the old me will say, as we were talking this morning, how different life is now and how far we've
Mm-hmm.
come.
Very much so.
Yes. And the life I was not supposed to be able to have, I am living.
Mm-hmm.
I was not supposed to be capable. I beat many odds.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Many. Not without enduring a lot in the process and putting you and our family through different trials. But I gambled, baby. I mean, I played the hand I was dealt. So
You got to play the hand you're
I've
dealt.
always
Yep.
played the hand I was dealt.
Yep.
Sometimes I lost, and I lost big.
You know
But I
what?
played.
Sometimes it's like you can't learn to play the crappy cards if you haven't been given some crappy cards, and nobody plays the crappy cards well the first few times.
Oh, I'm learning. But
Sometimes you just got to get good.
also very blessed to feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
Up that naltrexone this week. Got that new prescription. Took a couple days before I felt it. And what really occurred to me in the spectrum of change and gratefulness is sitting last night in we've talked about our oldest daughter's chosen a local mega church, right?
Mm-hmm.
A well-known church. That worship, that's a concert every week. Okay. That's like, it's fantastic and it's loud and it's a lot. You feel it in your bones.
Mm-hmm. It's an experience.
That was the first time that I have gone in the last few years, and I did not wear earplugs.
Cool.
I hear it in the background. You hear it? Christmas in Sarajevo. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're playing iHeart Christmas, not a sponsor, in the background. That's in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, I doubt very highly it'll pick it up.
Anyway,
We don't want to pay those prices.
I started to feel a little bit of the neuralgia in my face, and then my ears started to ache a little bit. And I just, I closed my eyes, I took deep breaths, and I thought, okay, is this going to get worse? And if it does, I guess, it is what it is. Oh my goodness. That feeling when it didn't get worse and I could endure it. I thought, oh my gosh. I think we've got this managed.
Which is awesome. That is very awesome.
It is.
It's been
It is. Even with all the cold that we've had,
Ugh.
I've been able to be outside. I mean, yes, I would feel it, but nowhere near as badly.
Mhm.
So I'm testing it in various ways, and I'm okay. And then I went on to have the Christmas tea event that I was invited by a friend, and then our oldest went with me. So it was a good night. Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
So I am immensely grateful. I don't have words. The simplicity of the treatment,
Yes.
considering everything else I've been through.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Antihistamines
Mm-hmm.
and low dose naltrexone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my praise. That's my praise. Going into winter, going into the Christmas season, coming up on that 14th anniversary, I can genuinely say no significant abdominal pain, which that's been years.
It's been a while.
When I keep saying I haven't been this good before and this is the best I've been, and that's true. But no, this is really the best I've been. Like, really, really. Really, really. So, yeah. Getting back into a workout routine, past the illness, past that, Botox reaction that I had and all the things. So I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm like getting back to a point where, I've had that lymphatic drainage massage, had a few sessions, and yeah, lost inches. I mean, like, I'm a believer, man. Like, I don't know what that's doing exactly. I don't need to know. All I know is it's working. So, like, cool.
Yes. Very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So for all the things, the little things hit me. Our older daughter is struggling to figure out what she's doing and pass this exam, this certification exam to become a medical assistant. And like, those struggles are real. And yes, we are affected, and I don't particularly care for the helplessness. And having an adult child that struggles is hard regardless, but one that struggles in that way is a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we don't always focus on it that way, but it's the truth. It's very much the truth. So just trying to sit and hope on that. And we know we need to have some conversations with her about moving forward. But overall, it's just nice to enjoy the season.
Mm-hmm. Can't disagree.
Yeah. 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 It's kind of different.
Yeah. It is. We got...
It's kind of surreal.
A little bit.
I get
times.
it. When I'm listening to my clients and they're like, just beside themselves, not looking forward to different family events and things coming up, and they're like, got countdown timers, not in excitement, mind you. And then they, got multiples, and they're freaking out, and I'm like, yeah, I feel that. Been there, but not this year for us. So, yeah. So you had said that you thought you had a prompt that you kind of wanted to talk about, and I didn't know if you wanted to go on the Christmas theme.
It's not. It wasn't.
Okay. What you thinking?
Well, okay. This is somebody's it's a little word salad.
Okay.
And I was looking into some of these, and I kind of semi-verified everything, so we'll just run with it. The man who wrote How to Save Your Marriage shot his wife and posted the photo on Facebook. Dale Carnegie, the legend behind How to Win Friends and Influence People, died completely alone. Dr. Benjamin Spock, who sold millions of books on parenting, his sons put him in a home. Maria Montessori, the world-famous teacher, gave her son away to foster care so she could dedicate herself to other kids. And the Korean author who wrote the bestseller, How to Be Happy, hung herself after years of depression.
Okay. Did you verify any of that?
I did verify. I didn't get through the entire list. But
what did you verify?
The Montessori stuff, the Dr. Spock stuff. It's like, yeah, there's all those stories are out there, and it's hard to find like official, like,
yeah, that would
quotable kind of sources on that stuff. But
so, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, we've spent some time recently talking about mentors, and then the anti-mentor. You know, the mentor teaches you who you want to be, and the anti-mentor teaches who you don't want to be. Or the neg mentor. I don't know.
That's a word.
The negtor. I don't know. Anyway,
negatory.
Yeah, whatever. You see that it's like people are always looking for that not all people, but people are often looking for that one thing that's going to make their, like, what's that one thing that's going to flip that switch? And people always kind of love the joke. It's like you go into a bookstore and ask the clerk, hey, where's your self-help section? It's like, well, I'd like to tell you, but it'd be very self-defeating.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I could help you, but what's the point? Anyway, I was like, you could scroll through all of those books, and if you could break them up into some categories. But if you look, a lot of the stuff out there that's trying to tell you how to live your life and what you should do is written by people who are trying to profess an expertise in something that they're failing at. My personal favorites are, of course, the ones written by people who got really lucky. And I'm a firm believer that in most cases, luck is opportunity and preparation coinciding.
Sure.
You know, it's like you're ready when the opportunity appears. And outsiders are going to call that luck. You got lucky. It's like, yeah, well, true. Because opportunity appeared. That's lucky. But there are times where people just kind of stumble into things, and then they try to give people advice on how to do that. Like, it would be like Taylor Swift is a billionaire, like 1.6 billion or some such at this point, billionaire. And it would be like her writing a book on how to become a recording star billionaire. In order for her to honestly write that book, your first step is to be born to parents with a lot of money and influence.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, did she put in the work? Yes. Is she out there selling it, working it, taking every advantage of the opportunity that she had? Yes, she has. Yes, she is, not taking anything away from her. But, yeah, like the Dr. Spock book, a lot of this stuff works in theory, but it has ramifications. Like, yeah, this is a way that you can parent your kids, and in the end, your kids can't stand to be around you.
Well, for instance, last night I met a woman who is a couples therapist, and she had mentioned within the conversation that she has an ex-husband. she's not the first individual I know
No.
of that's gone into that specialty. And it's because not just like a healing process, like a wounded healer process, but you kind of learn from mistakes
True.
and pass it on, so to speak. It becomes
Yeah.
the passion to know what you did wrong. Like, I don't
Sure.
know her story,
Sure.
but I'm just saying that, like,
Yeah.
there is something to that.
There is.
And now the individuals you talked about, I've heard of all of them.
Mhm.
I can't say I really know anything about the stories that you mentioned.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, the Dale Carnegie thing, that actually, they talk about that in some of the seminars, but no, and not as we've mentioned, or as I've mentioned before, you learn way more from your failures than you do from your successes. Because, if you succeed at something the first try, you don't have to do it again. You didn't learn anything. It's not sticking. It's like not saying that it's bad to succeed right off the bat, but you don't learn anything in that process. When you stumble, fall, get knocked down, just come up short, you can look back and go, okay, I didn't end up where I wanted to be. What was it that held me back? Where did I stumble? What did I not know? And you can self-analyze and grow. But like it's like I think in a lot of ways being a marriage counselor in any way, shape, or form is not necessarily. I don't want to say futile. I don't want to say that, but
that's good. I'm glad you don't want to say that.
It's just, if you are a divorced marriage counselor, the only thing I know that you can teach me is how to end up divorced.
Okay, wow.
Hold on, I'm going somewhere here.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going somewhere here. And if you're in a successful marriage, the only thing I can guarantee that you can teach me is how to be married to your spouse. Because I know...
I hear your point, but I think that's a lot of assumption, babe. I think that's just a lot of unfair because you don't know the other side of it. Did he cheat on her and leave her?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and I'm not.
That's not.
And again, I'm not.
There's so many details.
There are so many details. But if
you can be married and it still be miserable.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to diminish or take away from anybody who has dedicated their life to studying methodologies and ideas and concepts. And
I do marriage counseling. Yeah. It's not my specialty, but I do offer it.
And in most cases, being very vague here, you have a couple that's in trouble. You figure out how they're not communicating. It's like they're both, they're both talking, but they're not hearing. So they haven't learned how to communicate so the other person hears them and understands them. And they haven't learned how to listen the way that they're talking. So, communication skills, teach that. You could teach how to change the focus. It's like, it's not you versus, him versus her. It's him and her against the problem.
Okay.
But
I don't want to take you too far off the trail because I'm sure this wasn't your point.
No. But it's like, I'm not trying, by saying that, I don't want to diminish their abilities and capabilities and the lessons they've learned and the things that they can pass along and help out. But anytime you're dealing with an individual or trying to learn from them, the only thing that you can ever guarantee is they can teach you where they succeeded and they can teach you where they failed.
Okay.
like all of those authors, like Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It is a great tool for business relationships.
Okay.
I haven't seen, and it's great for networking. It's great for business relationships.
Yeah, I remember reading it, and it was. I mean, it was good.
Previous employer, they had a mandatory class every 3 years for anybody above production, which I brought in my autographed copy and said, here, it's like, do I have to sit through the initial class? Anyway, like, oh, well, I guess not. It's like, yeah, I've been here before. But that level of communication is that obviously didn't lead him into a place where he was surrounded by actual friends, because it's a different skill set.
Well, networking and business acquaintances, not friends.
Not that they can't be friends.
It's just not the norm.
But that's not the goal in that kind of communication. It's like How to Live Happy. It is an interesting one to me in that I don't think it was trying to phrase it right. She fought depression her entire life. So the book that she wrote was how to live a happy life despite it. And didn't completely succeed. But I think that book is a good chunk of the small successes she had, she shared with others. And the thing is, it's like, I'm not even saying that those books are necessarily, don't have wisdom in them. I question the Dr. Spock thing.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, I
that's
question
good.
the Dr. Spock thing. But there might be some useful stuff in there. But it's like, I'm sorry, the ultimate goal is to turn your kids into people that you want to hang out with. It's like, if your kids are still around when they don't have to be, you've won. Anyway, my entire point has very little to do with all of that. Just wanted to kind of dig into it a little bit. But you have to be very careful who you choose to be a mentor, who you try to emulate, who you put up on a pedestal to show you, this person's obviously got it all together. They have a book and they're famous. Yeah, nope. Sorry, that's not how not that you can't learn from them, and not that you can't garner some wonderful tips and tricks and tools, and not that you can't take their insight into your own life and change how you think or look at things. But anytime you read that, you have to also keep in mind that they're failed, flawed human beings full of their own mistakes, and those aren't going to be in the book, typically.
Yeah, that's the norm, because what you're talking about is after the fact.
Yeah. And it's really easy. Okay. It's really common to put on a really good facade and let everybody think that you've got it all together and everything's wonderful, and the whole time you're dying inside. And
sure.
I mean, you can't. We haven't gone a couple of months without hearing about an actor, actress, musician, famous person who, it's like they've got all the money, they got all the fame, they got all the stuff, and it's like they overdose, or they drink themselves to death, or just straight out and out suicide. Like, you have to be very cautious of who you put up on that pedestal. And with the self-help book thing was just kind of like, yeah, that's a huge, huge market, which means there's a lot of people out there who are searching. And I'm just saying you need to be very cautious of whose mindset you're putting into your head.
Yes, at all times.
Yeah, needs to be at all times. It very rarely ever is. But look at the fruits of their life. Just because they're famous, it's like the only thing you want to be is famous and miserable. That a lot of people can teach you how to do that. There's a lot of people out there, who've walked that path. But I would say, yeah, like the marriage counselor thing. It's like, yeah, not trying to. Again, I'm not trying to defame an individual for having a past and then learning from it and then using what they learned to try and help other people. Not saying that. I will say there's a big difference between a trained professional who's dedicated their lives to improving the lives of others and, your Aunt Josephine who's been married 6 times and trying to give you marriage advice. I would avoid that kind of, individual for that purpose.
Fair.
It's like your grandma, and you're not your grandma, your half brother's grandma.
Yes.
Yeah, do not take marriage advice from somebody like that.
7 marriages? I want to say 6 or 7, and
took all their money.
The last one was twice.
Yep.
Same guy twice.
Yep.
But took him to the cleaners both times.
Yep.
Took them all to the cleaners.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you want to, in a marriage, in a relationship, go somewhere. I'm gonna say, go to a church, because that's where you're gonna see the old couples. It's like you look around and you see the old couples that are still holding hands and they smile when they look at each other. Those are the people. If you want a good marriage, you go talk to them. Now, again,
I feel like you're kind of stuck there, and I didn't mean to do that. Can we not?
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, my thing is, just be very cautious in picking your mentors. Or, it's like, yeah, it was self-help books and whatnot, but it's like, those are mentors. In reality, they're, the 100% thing that I know that old couple they can teach you how to be married to their spouse, without a doubt. But it's the 1,000 other things that you can get. It's like not just how to be married to their spouse, but how to be the best husband they can be for someone else. How to communicate when communication isn't easy. How do you get through really bad crap happening? Because they've been through stuff. It'll be different stuff than you. It's like, if you want to be really good at a specific business, you need to find somebody who is really good at that specific business. You're not going to learn how to be a really good tailor by going to a bakery. It's like they might have a fantastic bakery, but they're not going to be able to teach you how to run a tailor shop.
Sure.
And even if they wrote a book on how to custom fit clothes and run a tailor shop in London, if they always worked in Tennessee and made cookies, it's like they might have a really great book. Doesn't mean they can actually learn from it.
What were your
dog's looking very cute right now.
She is. It's really ridiculous, and it's really killing my knee. But
yeah, that I have no doubt.
What was your thought process when you kind of picked this to talk about?
Well, we've spent a decent amount of time talking about mentorship. And in a lot of cases, people aren't comfortable plugging into an actual mentor. Because it's a relationship, and it's a relationship that in order for it to be effective has to be very close. You have to open yourself up to being vulnerable. You have to open yourself up to criticism has such a harsh connotation to it, but it's like a true mentor will help you find your flaws. They will challenge you.
Well,
and it's not comfortable. So, and a lot of, I think, in many cases, people are going to lean towards, that nowadays it's more the online influencers who are giving advice on life. And my thing was like, it's like the expert on making friends died alone. The guy who was supposed to be the expert on raising kids was effectively abandoned by them. The person who wrote a book on being happy killed themselves.
Well,
it's like you have to be, and again, not saying that there aren't valid things that can be learned from their things, from what they produced, but you have to be very cautious of what you latch onto. And that was kind of, it's like in the context of how we've been talking about mentorship and, I guess, anti-mentors, there's that other side. It's much less of a, it's less personal, it's less focused, it's less individual, but it's very easily accessible to people. And all too often, like when you read something in a book, it's like you're directly plugging it into your brain. And in a manner of speaking, you're idolizing the author. Not like in a traditional literal sense, but you're putting the words of this other expert directly into your mind, and you're relying on that information to be accurate and helpful, and that this person actually knows what they're talking about, and they're the pinnacle of the knowledge base of that information. And you really don't know what's really going on. And you really don't know if the level. It's like they might be the world's leading expert in that topic, but it doesn't mean that they're actually living it out.
I agree. The other side that I will say, though, is that you actually don't know the full stories. Then, if let's assume all of these things are true, that you don't know what had happened with those children and those relationships, and Dale Carnegie's mental health, or there's just more to that story. There's a whole lot.
Again, it's that's very.
But you're right. You shouldn't idolize, so to speak.
Yeah, and as I said, you need to be. I mean, everybody needs to be very aware. Like, you can learn from everybody that you meet. I still believe that you can learn from everybody that you interact with what to do or what not to do. Both valuable lessons.
Yes.
And I think in a lot of those, the self-help book area of the bookstore, there's a lot of valid things that can be found in there. But there's also a lot of stuff that is extremely contradictory or just doesn't work. Or it doesn't work for you and your situation and your life and your mindset and how your brain works.
That is also true. Yes. It's incredibly true that you don't know.
45 pounds of side load on your knee from that puppy. Yeah.
It's hurting.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Yeah. Not my favorite thing.
She's
either.
trying to sprawl out all over. Well, she's not trying. She is.
She's trying to put that weight everywhere all at once.
And her face still smells like skunk. But I would say, when you talk about like the idolization and things of that nature, it's really no different than someone listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm certainly not faultless.
Nope. No, this is true. And neither am I.
So there's some extremity
to
that I would caution individuals to not focus too hard on, which seems to be kind of what you're describing.
Well, and, honestly, there's one thing I can honestly say.
There's a lot of irony in what you said about those people.
Yeah.
But it's not a blanket thing.
No, and I don't mean it to come across like there's no value there. There's a great deal of value in all of those things. Again, the Spock thing, maybe not.
Yeah, it was very controversial for its time.
Still is. Should be. At the same time, maybe it shouldn't be at this point. Maybe it should just be, nope, that's crap. I don't know. I like to be fair.
Sure.
There's a lot of things out there. They're like, no, that actually turned out to be crap. We need to stop even talking about it. It needs to go away. However, I would say anybody that says they're the expert, that they can't be wrong, that there isn't more to learn, should automatically question everything that comes out of their mouth.
Agreed.
I don't know everything.
I've never claimed to.
I've learned a lot. I have a lot of ideas on stuff. I can give you the rationale behind most, if not all, of them. Might be faulty, but it's mine. And I'll tell you, it's like I am really good at some things. I am very good at some things. And I'm an expert in not a dang thing. Like I'm referred to as a generalist in the business. I work on everything. You name it, I can do it. Could somebody who specializes do it better than me? Oh, heck yes. Like, oh, heck yes. I will be the first one to tell you it's like that's outside of my skill set, or it's like, I don't know that much about it, but let's figure it out.
But you're pretty darn good for not knowing everything. You're pretty darn good for not knowing everything.
I'm not. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm a very good generalist. How's that?
You are. Very good.
But I don't know. I guess if I could put some criteria out there, it's like, if a person's life has been lived and they're, gone, look at the results of their books before you dig in and, dig into them too hard. Look at the actual results. Well, like How to Win Friends and Influence People. It is the gold standard for setting up communication and common communication guidelines and business interaction relationships. Mm-hmm. They teach it. Companies teach it to their employees and their salespeople, and how to deal with each other and management and customers and clients and all that fun stuff. Some of that other stuff I don't know nearly as much about, to be fair. So like I said, it's like he may have died, or he may have died alone, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't a lot of value to it. The proof is in the pudding. It's like you look at the fruits of it. Did people benefit? Have people benefited? Do people continue to benefit? If it's, the latest, greatest Instagram, whoever, writing a book telling you how to fix your life, you might want to step back and actually see how that pans out.
Fair enough.
And yeah, you know what? You might be late to the game, but it's better to be late to the game than find yourself at the wrong stadium.
Fair. That's fair.
And like football strategy, you spend a whole bunch of time learning football strategies to find out it's a rugby match. It's just you need to. Like I said, everybody needs to be cautious of what they're putting into their head, especially if they're using it to try and redefine where they're weak and make it stronger, to help themselves find their flaws and overcome, or to strategize their life. Like, there's a reason why it's like, I lean towards the idea of finding a mentor. Find somebody that was in kind of in your shoes earlier in their life, and they're now currently standing where you want to be in some aspect of your life. And getting on board with them and committing into that relationship and opening yourself up and being vulnerable and let them help you. Some people don't have that access.
That's true.
Sometimes you just don't have people around there. And it's like, and I'm not bashing on self-help books. Not really.
It kind of sounds like you are. But
it kind of sounds like I am, but I'm not really. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of knowledge out there. There's a lot of opinions out there. There's a great deal of people who have succeeded at a great many things or studied a great many things. And they've decided to share that information in book form. And you could, an individual who doesn't have access to anything else would be well served by finding that information however they can get it. But they do need to be very cautious of what they're getting. That's more my point rather than it's like just because the person has a book, just because it's a good seller, doesn't necessarily mean they actually know what's going on.
And nowadays, there's so much
there is
out there, and things
much.
Don't get erased.
No.
The beauty of social media and the double-edged sword at the same time. So watch what you do. There's a lot of info out there.
Don't take pictures of anything you don't want the world to see, because they're going to.
A lot of info out there.
Yeah, very much so.
So I can appreciate your point. It does matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do believe, like I said, there's so much out there that it can be very difficult to separate the wheat from the chaff, to use a very old...
That's grossly old. My God.
That is...
How old are you?
That is the beginning of agriculture old. But there's a lot out there, and there's some really good things out there. There's a lot of meh. There's a good chunk of garbage, and there's some gems. The problem is, finding, it's like you need to be your own best gatekeeper on
I'll come back to there's always more to the story.
Sure.
Because, yes, those were incredibly influential people that created concepts that are everlasting.
Mm-hmm.
Montessori schools are huge.
Yes.
That's a huge, well-known worldwide, right?
Yes.
Dale Carnegie, worldwide.
Yes.
What else did you have on there? Dr. Spock. I'm going to say worldwide, most likely. at least international.
In all honesty, that might explain boomers.
You think?
Eh.
Are you just connecting that dot?
No,
That's a whole generation of parenting that got screwed up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it wasn't just him.
Fair.
Just
that's fair, but that's a whole other story.
There was a handful of them that were just.
But that's pretty much anything in psychology.
Horrible. Like, hug your kids. I don't care how you live. It's like love. It's like, no, babies don't self-soothe. They have a panic attack until they pass out.
I mean, that's a whole area of psychology. That's
Anyway, sorry. It's like you love your baby.
terrible.
It cries. It needs something. It's like just it sucks, but deal with it. Sorry, it's one of those. It's like
And if you're not familiar, Google it.
Yes, very much so.
He influenced a generation of parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be
him and a few others definitely
crazy ironic that his kids stuck? Now that one's just kind of weird. They stuck him in a home. Well, yeah.
You take them.
It does happen that you do have to place your parents in facilities. I had to do that. So that one's worded kind of weird.
In the time frame that it happened, because you're talking early 1900s, mid 1900s. It's like people stayed at home until they were either, they died in the home or they were so bad that they were.
Yeah, I'm
full-time
still
hospital.
saying that one's wacky.
But
I don't know about that one.
But just saying.
And my daughter looked at me after Thanksgiving with our cousin-in-law and his demented mother and said, "I will stick you in a home."
Mm-hmm.
Like, she tells me this all the time. And we did put her in charge. So anyway, I get your point. It's a decent point, and especially nowadays, anything can be not only researched, but how about you just use your own mind and your own opinion and your own thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
And if something sounds off, it probably is.
Well, and the thing is, if you're starting from effectively nothing, you haven't developed the filter yet. So my suggestion, again, find a mentor, ask them. But if that's not an option, do a little looking. It's like you see the author and what they're teaching about, and Google them, and find out about that aspect of their life, long term. It's like how to make $1 million in a year. If the guy's dead broke or in jail for embezzlement, don't follow his advice.
That's fair.
If it's like, how to make your marriage last forever, been divorced 6 times. You know what? Don't read his book. Just don't. You're probably not going to get anything useful there. In the end, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
It's like that kind of that third leg of mentorship. It's like, it's like I don't know if you got a ladder and you got that really thin bar that keeps the 2 legs from spreading too far away from each other. Self-help books are that thin little bar that keeps everything from collapsing. It's like, is it 100% necessary in all cases? No. Is it really useful and necessary when it is? Yes. But you have to make sure that it's right for the job. Just saying. That was kind of my. It's like
good points.
It was the idea that it's like mentorship. Anti-mentors are very easy. I don't want to be like him. Like you don't like your parents. I want my kids to like me. It's like, okay.
Yes.
It's like, I don't like him for this, so I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to learn from that. Those ones are easy because you're cherry picking. Mm-hmm. And in that case, you should be cherry picking. Just saying. blanket. I'm going to do everything opposite of that person. Oh, that's going to be just as bad. You're going to end up just as bad in the opposite direction. Don't do that. Cherry pick in that case. A good mentor, yeah, you want to try and find one that's, you want to hook up with somebody that's where you don't have to cherry pick. Yeah, he's really good about all this thing, except he punches dogs.
But if it is that situation where it's a physical person, then that it has to be, you have to be comfortable and speak freely. Mm-hmm. When you talk about like reading a book or following the advice of, something you watched in a video, that's where things just need to line up, and you got to use a little bit of common sense.
And it's like, and if you don't have that, it's like, there's a book about everything. There's a good chance there's a book out there that will...
That is so true.
That will help you along your path. Just be very aware that the author is just as human as you are. And they're in a journey that you're never going to hear about. Or you're likely never going to hear about. And weigh what they have to say according to the results that it's garnered in the end, not in the middle.
Fair enough.
It's whether that. Yeah. Anyway, that's where my head was at when I read it.
Okay.
So that's where I took it.
Okay. And then I think we need to move on to something holly jolly for next couple weeks. So
I think that would probably be doable.
Okay.
We could just put some bells on Dory and then like get her really hyper and let her run around the room and record it.
Sure.
Would be very boring but funny.
Help her get the zoomies.
Oh, I can get her to get. It's like I can turn on the zoomies. It's easy. It's very easy for me.
She keeps making little noises.
You keep moving.
I know.
She doesn't like it.
It's because I keep rubbing her.
Yeah, I was asleep. I was almost asleep, and then you woke me.
I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's adorable.
Yeah.
This little like pseudo growlish.
Yep.
Like.
It's not moving.
Let me see if I can get my microphone down there and then do it.
No, you want her to now, so
yeah,
she
right.
won't.
She won't do it now.
Nope. Yeah, it's like most stuff when you're trying to show.
Darn it!
Actually,
it's cute.
That happens to me at work a lot. Like this thing keeps screwing up. Okay, show me. Well, it's not doing it now. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Like, call me if it does it again. Anyway.
She's being cute. But
yeah, she's being cute.
Thank you for your insight, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. I hope it wasn't too rambly or whatever. It's like, and I hope people got what I meant. It's like, yes, it's like I'm not dismissing marriage counselors. I'm just taking it to the nth degree and trying to make a point.
Because that is what you do.
That is, I use hyperbole to try and get a point across. Yes, I do. I admit wholeheartedly.
That's what you do.
And hopefully the point comes across.
I hope so too.
Me too. Yeah. Like there's a lot of professionals out there that are very good at their job, who got really good at their job by being really not good at it in the beginning.
Yeah, actually, the lady and I talked about that too. So anyway,
Fail Forward. That is kind of the.
That's also a book.
That is a book.
John Maxwell.
Yes, it is. And yeah, look at his story. Yeah, you know what? When he talks
Proof in
about
the pudding.
When he talks, you might want to pay attention.
He's got the receipts.
He has the receipts. He has a lot of receipts, and the W-2s, and the 10-4.
Wow, that just went literal.
Just saying. Actually, yeah, he probably not a W-2.
Seen him? No, not a W-2. No. And seen him in person as well many, many years ago. But anyway.
Anyway, yes. So, hope that was helpful. I hope.
Yeah, from whatever you can take from it.
That's the idea. Anyway, so with all of that being said, I'm Fix-It.
I'm Feel It.
We hope you join us in the future.
Until next week.
Y'all have a great one.